Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Now today we're diving into how you can turn your smart TV into a full-blown recording powerhouse using nothing more than a USB drive or an external hard drive. So whether you want to capture your favorite shows or easily keep up to date with live events, I've got the step-by-step guide right here. Now, a PVR or personal video recorder lets you record broadcasts, pause live TV and even schedule future recordings. With just a simple plug-and-play drive, your smart TV can store hours of content without ever missing a moment. Before we start, let's cover the essentials. What do we need to get started? Well, first off, we need a compatible smart TV with PVR support. Now, I've got a Sony Android TV, which is a couple of years old. But most TVs should be compatible these days as long as it's got an electronic program guide which lets you know what programs are coming up on what channels. You should be good to go. You're also going to need a formatted USB stick or an external hard drive, ideally one with ample storage space and the right file system. Most modern TVs require a FAT32 file system or an NTFS file system. I'll guide you through the process of formatting your hard drive later on in the video. Now lastly, you're also going to need a bit of patience as we tweak a few settings for optimal performance. Now with most modern TVs out there, you actually do get a built-in help guide which I found very useful, and it definitely helped me to set up my PVR recording. Now on my remote I actually had a help button which took me quickly to the help section on the TV, and there was tons of useful information here including video links, and as you can see here I went straight to the recording TV program section, and this provided me with everything I needed to know to set up my PVR recording, down to the details of what format my drive needed to be. So I definitely advise looking at your help section on your TV because there are going to be slight differences in setting up recording on each TV model. Okay, so this is the hard disk option I've gone for. It's a Sunbow 120GB SSD. Now one of the reasons I've gone for this 120GB SSD is that my TV specifies I need a minimum disk size of 30GB, otherwise it won't recognize the hard disk. So before you start, it's worth checking your TV manual for similar specifications. Now because I'm connecting an SSD to my TV, the only current way I can do this is via this adapter from Sabrent, and this allows me to connect my SSD to my TV via the USB port on the back of the TV. It's easy and convenient to use, it's simply plug and play. Just make sure you plug in your cable into the SSD in the correct way, as it only goes in one way, and voila! I've left a link in the description below on where you can purchase it. Now before we can start using our hard disk as our PVR storage device, we need to format it, and this is done via your PC or laptop. Now I've got a MacBook and it works perfectly well with this. Just connect the hard disk via the Sabrent cable to your PC or laptop, and in my case as I'm using a Mac, I just right click the disk on the desktop and click erase. First thing I do is name the disk TV Media, so it'll be instantly recognizable when I plug it into my TV. And the format I'm going to choose is exFAT. Click on erase and click on erase again. And what you'll notice is the disk disappears from the desktop while it's being erased, and then it reappears once it's completed. And if we click on it, we can in fact see it's empty. And the other thing we can do is quickly check the properties, and we can in fact see the disk is formatted in exFAT. So that's all the preparations done. Now we're ready to plug it into our TV set. Okay, so this is the back of my TV, and like most modern TVs you can see I've got quite a few inputs. Now this is where you've got to be very careful. You've got to select the right USB input for your hard drive. This is because most TVs will have a dedicated USB port for connecting a hard drive, which will have a higher current output for driving the hard disk. Not connecting the correct USB port at this stage will result in the hard disk not being recognized by the TV, as the hard disk won't have enough power to function correctly. Now in my case it's pretty straightforward, as the USB port is labelled. I just need to connect it to this USB port with the 900mA supply. Okay, once it's plugged in, go into your settings, scroll down to System, and from System I'm going to scroll down to Storage, and from here if we scroll down to the bottom you can see my USB drive, which is the TV Media drive I named, and you can indeed see that I've got the total 128GB available. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is register the USB drive for recording, and I'm going to scroll down and select that option now. Give it a moment and we get the following message. And this is basically telling us that only the TV will be able to read the contents of the USB drive, and that if you do want to reuse the hard drive with the PC, you'll have to reformat it. So in short, no, you can't watch the TV programs on your PC with the hard drive. And I'm going to click yes to this. Are you sure? Again, click yes. And then just give it a moment while it initializes. Now in reality this took about 30 seconds, so I'll sped it up for you. Once it's complete, you'll get the following message. Just click on OK. And now what you'll see is that your TV has recognized it as a Sabrent USB drive because it is connected via that dongle. So we're now ready to proceed to the next step, which is actually scheduling programs and recording programs live. Now, one of the cool things about having a PVR hard disk connected to your TV is the fact that if you see something that you're really interested in and you want to record it, you can just press the record button. You get a side menu with options. Now, obviously this will vary from TV model to model, but it will be similar. I've got options to record to the end of this program for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or even custom, which lets you specify a time down to the minutes. And I know it's recording because if I press the OK button, I can see a small red dot next to the channel name and program. And if I want to quickly stop recording on screen, I go down to the TV control menu and I can press the record stop button from there. And I get options to modify the end time or just stop, which is a pretty cool feature to be able to modify the end time on the fly. Now to view the program I've just recorded, I go into the TV guide, scroll up to settings timer list, and again guys, you'll have something similar on your TV. And here I'm going to select timer list. Scroll down to all and you can see all the programs I've recorded with tons of information including title, date, time, and even the size of the program on the hard disk. And it even splits the programs that you recorded into categories below. As you can see, it's listed both of the programs in the watch section as I haven't watched them yet. That is so handy. You can also do a number of things on the side menu. You can play from beginning, delete multiple, just highlight the files you want to delete. You can also protect a file that you've just recorded so that it doesn't get deleted accidentally. Now if I pop into settings, there's a few other features that I like. And the first of these is the option to add a recording time extension. And what this will do is actually start recording the program 5 or 10 minutes before it's actually programmed to start. So this is an extra safeguard to make sure you record all of the program, because as we know, schedules vary these days. Now on the flip side, we also get an end time extension, which adds time to the end of your scheduled recording. The other cool thing is I can change the way my recordings are listed by date or by title, so it makes it easier to find what I'm looking for when I go through my recorded programs. And the last of these settings is the recording device setup, and this basically takes us back to the recording device setup where we can register or deregister a device, and also perform a hard disk performance check to make sure your hard disk is up to the job. Now I want to show you something really clever. Now if we look at the electronic program guide, we can see that there's a program up there at 8 o'clock which is marked in red. And this is showing me my current schedule recording. But let's say you want to record another program which is exactly at the same time, but on a different channel. And this is where I like to think AI takes over. If you try to schedule a recording for the same time, you'll get the following message. It will tell you that this event is overlapping with an existing event, and would you like to schedule another time slot for this event? And if you click on yes, it'll actually go through the whole guide looking for the same program scheduled at a different time. And you can see it's found one almost instantaneously. So if I click on yes, it gives you the schedule, and from here I can make changes if I want. Popping over to the EPG guide, you can see there's another red bar at 9 o'clock onwards, which is the time slot for the program we've just scheduled. So friends, that's the basic setup for using your smart TV's recording features with a USB or external hard drive. This method can help you save your favorite shows or important live events without needing any extra equipment. If you have any questions or run into any issues, please share your experience in the comments below, and thanks for watching.